Yo, welcome back to another one tonight, dude. Here's one to the legend, George Carlin, dude. I love this man. Rest in peace, yo. Let's check out this one. It's a short one.
Do a lot of gross things, but he will not fuck a dead rat. It wouldn't even occur to him. Only a human being would think to fuck someone who just died. We gotta be the most interesting critters on the planet. And then we wonder why a UFO doesn't just land and say hello. Oh.
Dude, this man.
You know the
very
best thing about
articulate.
necrophilia? You don't have to bring flowers. Yeah, usually they're already there. Isn't that nice? It's nice. It's convenient. Human beings will do anything. Anything. I am convinced. That's why when all those beheadings started in Iraq, didn't bother me. I took it right.
It didn't bother me.
A lot of people here were horrified. Ah, beheadings, beheadings. What are you, fucking surprised? Just one more form of extreme human behavior. Besides, who cares about some mercenary civilian contractor from Oklahoma who gets his head cut off? Fuck him. Fuck him. Hey, Jack, you don't want to get your head cut off? Stay the fuck in Oklahoma. Stay the fuck in Oklahoma.
Hey, not wrong. Not wrong, though. Not fucking wrong. Stay
They ain't
in
cutting off heads in
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, as far as I know. But I do know this. You strap on a gun and go strutting around some other man's country, you better be ready for some action, Jack. You better be ready for some action. People are
That's
touchy
true.
about that sort of thing. And let me ask you this while I have you good, clean Americans here. This is a moral question, not rhetorical. I'm looking for the answer. What is the moral difference between cutting off one guy's head, or two, or three, or five, or 10, and dropping a big bomb on the hospital and killing a whole bunch of sick kids? Has anybody in authority given you an explanation of the difference? I have not gotten an email on this. No one will talk to me. I haven't gotten a postcard, not a fucking instant message, nothing. Now, in case you're wondering why I have a certain interest and fascination, let's call it, with torture and beheadings and all of these things I've mentioned, it's because each of these items reminds me in life, every time one of them occurs, it reminds me over and over again what beasts we human beings really are. You know, when you get right down to it, human beings are nothing more than ordinary jungle beasts, savages,
Right down
no
to it.
different from the Cro-Magnon people who lived.
Hey, listen. That is true, man. Dude, I forgot what I seen the other day from the Hodge twin, bro. About some of the tribe in this in our planet, bro. They still dude, the way they eat and hunt is barbaric, man. But that's how it was. And that is still how it is in a lot of places, man. And it's in a way it's crazy to see it. Like the dude was chowing down the monkey, bro. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, I believe
5,000 years ago in the Pleistocene forests eating grubs off of rotten logs. No different. Our DNA hasn't changed substantially in 100,000 years. We're still operating out of the lower brain, the reptilian brain, fight or flight, kill or be killed. Now, we like to think we've evolved and advanced because we can build a computer, fly an airplane, travel underwater. We can write a sonnet, paint a painting, compose an opera. But you know something? We're barely out of the jungle on this planet. Barely out of the fucking jungle. What we are is semi-civilized beasts with baseball caps and automatic weapons. And this civilization of ours that we're so proud of, this civilization with its so-called civilized behavior, you ever stop and realize how fragile all this is? How fragile the whole how easily it could all just break right down? Just break right down. Wouldn't take much.
Hey, he wasn't wrong when he said this back then. I think COVID proved how fragile it was. I think recently no, I think in America, every time when it comes to election, whether big or small, it show how fragile it is. You don't have to go to an election. We can talk about a recent NBA, NFL draft. Yeah, there's a whole lot to talk about there. But yeah, no, I always had this thought in my brain that the more logical you are, in a higher level of sense, you don't become less emotional in your decisions. I truly believe that the higher logical thinker and thinking you are, the more emotional you become. And I'll give an example like this, very simple. Most people will say that if you're open mind, maybe 1 out of 10 people would do the opposite. But given the example, if you've been doing your job for, let's just say, 5 years or 10 years, and you've been a number one performers every years for the previous 5 to 10 years, and there's a newcomers coming in, and on his first day on the project, he might propose a new unorthodox idea that maybe only afterward you would have known it would have been better than the traditional route you would have taken. But given the time being and how green he is, if someone come in and proposing a new idea without following the system and fitting in, I think we find out most of the time the logic go out the window, because that go back to the NFL draft. Was there any logic there, or was there a whole lot emotional damage? So yeah, the two go like these. I don't think you get better in one and then you can throw the other one away. I think the more you get higher in logical thinking does prove whatever you think is right and able to manifest into real life, thus the more time you repeat it and have the same result, build up the confidence. So when someone new come in and propose a new idea that was haven't tested, even if when it carry out the procedure and it is better, I think in you chances are you are highly going to reject it first sight. Most people will, based on that logic, because we are emotional animal, man.
Probably happened in less than 2 years. Wouldn't take much all to throw us right back into barbaric times. All you'd have to do would be eliminate electricity. That's all. But completely eliminate electricity. So, no electricity, no lights. You're back to candles and lanterns, campfires and bonfires. Batteries couldn't be recharged. Generators couldn't be refueled because fuel is pumped electrically. So is water, by the way. So no lights, no fuel, no water, no computers. And computers run everything. And among the many things computers run that operate on electricity are all of these security systems in all of our jails and prisons and nut houses. So suddenly, without electricity, all across America, the gates and cell doors of penitentiaries and mental institutions would fly open. And out would come all of our old friends.
Hey,
The ones who've been away
that's not
at
good.
camp. Serial killers, mass murderers, felony rapists, armed robbers, carjackers, home invaders, thieves, burglars, kidnappers, sadists, pedophiles, sexual predators, pimps, pushers, pornographers, speed freaks, crackheads, sick, junkies, all the ethnic street gangs, black, Spanish, and Asian gangs, Japanese yakuza, Russian mafia, neo-Nazis,
Yeah,
white
this dude
supremacists,
recited.
Sicilian hitmen, Italian mobsters, Jamaican and Colombian drug gangs. And those are just the ones we caught. Let's not forget their counterparts, still on the outside right now, waiting to hook up with their prison buddies so they can start a new organization, the American Federation of Sociopaths. Just what the country needs, another special interest group. 8 to 10 million of them there'd be, counting all the parolees and all the
It'll be
probationers
bad
and the
to
ones who've
grid
never
us
been
out.
caught. 8 to 10 million bitter, angry, violent, sexually hyperactive alpha males with nothing to do. No hobbies, No medications. No scruples. Just a bunch of bad guys looking for a good time. Maybe dropping by your house. Hi, hope we're not intruding. Got any beer? Oh, good. Well, I got about 1,400 really thirsty guys here. How about women? Got any women? Oh, just your wife, huh? Well, I think we can make that work. Now, boys, there's a lady here, so I want you to mind your manners and wait your turn. Police wouldn't help you. They'd be gone at the first sign of trouble. They'd be home protecting their own families. So would the Army and the National Guard. You'd be alone. You'd be on your own. You'd be SOL and JWF. Shit out of luck and jolly well fucked. Shit out of luck and jolly well fucked. After a couple of years of living like that, beheadings would be the least of your problems. People would be lining up to be beheaded. So let's get back to suicide, which now seems like a reasonable alternative.
This man's going deeper and deeper.
Suicide is an
on?
interesting topic to me because it's an inherently interesting decision. To decide voluntarily not to exist anymore. It's profound. You know what it is? It's the ultimate makeover. That's why I think it belongs on television.
Oh, no, what
Hey
happened?
everybody, it's Tony
Oh,
Robbins and Dean Graziosi. I have a question for
we
you.
got
If you
ads.
had to make a choice between having
Dude,
mass
man,
You know what's worse than a
got
market crash?
deep.
A reverse market.
Oh, that was it? Well, guys. Yo, that's George Carlin. The man went deep. Let me know how you guys feel. I think like a lot of things he said does still resembling today. But yeah, until next time, yo, I'm out.